ye ko Galamseyers ho nsensem ye ko Naimos. Colonel Dominic Bua, ono na director of operations for Naimos. Papa ne de nsema to dwa. Na ne nsema ori to dwa no, amanfo dodo na ase ehwehwe o maso. Papa ne say Ghana cannot stop Galamseyers. Ne nsema ori to dwa no. O say Ghana cannot stop mining. Mining e wo Ghana ha say no. There is no way Ghana can stop mining. And no any sema papa no e dia tudwa ama manfo dodo na omo ansana they will get the true explanation to what the man is saying, you know. Ebi mo say 9 months they have given up. As a juma no omo ye no omo a relax and as a juma na bro omo so it is a Ghana cannot stop mining. On your screens we have Ghana cannot stop mining. Colonel Dominic Bua, director of operations for 9 months. Ono ena oda screens ne so ena ne nsem odi tudwa enso so ena wo hono chima Ghana cannot stop mining. Ejama for dodo na we're trying to find out say mining no mu de hen ena all ka de da screens yisu bi ena oka say Ghana cannot stop. And answer which one was he talking about? Na ni nchiremu no ye be kone akwakoje ewo colonel ho ankasa na ye de aba ewo honom na ne nsem no nchiremu ana eba na emuhu ne say Papa, as some of us and 9 months I give you up, and as we give you up, no. But then let's look at this one. We will not stand by and watch people use weapons against us. We are better trained in weapons. Anybody who dares, we will deal with you ruthlessly. We also free Colonel Dominic Bua, director of operations for 9 months. And any someone or the etu na quickly no. Ye behwe ne akwakotie eye Colonel Dominic Bua ye ba ne yedi nchiremu amamo sen some ka about Ghana cannot stop mining no ye de no ato aso amamo ba se ye de o se mo amoye Galamseyers ya hye Naimos se omumetu mo ase mo aye mo ho se mo na mukuta tuo ene nkonti ma ne ade mo pese mo de attack o mo no. They are better trained on the weapons than you. Ye ntie Colonel Dominic Bua ne emra sese.
Naimos will not stand by and watch people use weapons against us. We are better trained in the weapons. And therefore, I'll send a warning out there once again that anybody who does, Naimos will deal with them ruthlessly. It is a problem that we are trying to address, but we have the right to self-defense. And let no Galamseyers miss that. If you go to the field with weapon and you try to fire it, a lot more will be at you. Naimos will not.
Enti Colonel Dominic Bua na de nsem etu dwa e wo hono chiremu a ono ankasa ene ni team ne de they are well trained with weapons no. Enti enye sa omo beba site na mo start na mo tututuo and as mo the weapons chase omo away. No, this is not what they will tolerate. They will make sure say they will also deal with you ruthlessly. Enti ano ene ensema Colonel Dominic Bua ede etu dwa ewo honum na ensema ode tu dwa say Ghana cannot stop mining no. On say your mining ankasa ene your illegal mining. Mining to say the Anglo-Gold Ashanti mu was some of Ghana's mining sites no. And the right mining now Ghana has say has say no. But the other side of it the Galamseyers, which is the illegal mining. That is what the Naimos team have been making say. Yasha almost say omo enhwe na omo ensi ano kwan. Na mum the legal side of it, where people are legally mining in Ghana, enye adia omu ebetimi aji make say ebetimi ejai ewo Ghana has say a lot of people were very very confused. Na ebi mo aye confused kakra say ensembe na papa idi to join Naimos omu nsem aguana say omu abre na omu bemabu na. A lot of questions were being asked, but then enchiremu ni chiremu a the legal side of mining in there, Ghana can continue mining. Said the beya ebetimi edi sa niema no abo gold board ne ho bra na omo etimi edi amayenya foreign exchange. Ewo Ghana has say nemom illegal mining there. Mwa ye ba site anam kuta tuo ene ejan ne nkontima no, they will come after you and deal with you ruthlessly. Eno ene nsema Colonel Dominic Bua, a director of operations for Naimos or the etudwa ewo honum. Na President John Dramani Mahama edi ensem etudwa na yɛbɛkɔ na yɛasa akotie ne nsɛm no bio. And this is also on the reparations, reparative motions are omo channel here in front of UN General Assembly. Yɛbɛkɔ ne akwakotie because aha na all US for echipa ana or trese. It is a big win. But on the other side, where we have some of the Westerners trying to stand against this motion, no, President John Dramani Mahama na yesamra sisiye.
This success goes to all of you, but most of all, it goes to those who people wanted to be forgotten. This has gone on a record, and the record of the universal body that we all accept, the United Nations, that this was the gravest crime against humanity. Ancestors must be rejoicing in their graves. And all the torture and adversity they went through, they must be happy that this day the world has recognized that they are not forgotten, and that the pain they went through and the torture they went through has been recognized by the United Nations, the world's highest body that we all ascribe to. Before we went to the UN today, we went to the African burial grounds, and we all know the history behind the African burial grounds. We said Christian prayers, we said Muslim prayers, we said traditional African prayers. We poured libation and called on our ancestors to stand behind us in what we're going to do today. And today, I think that they answered our call. Yep. And we achieved success. But this is not the end. This is the beginning. What we've achieved today creates a platform for the struggle for reparatory justice. And so we must not rest because we have achieved this success. We must take this success and begin to work so that those who denied our ancestors their humanity, those who denied our ancestors their dignity, can accept the truth that this is what happened. The revisionists and all those who would seek to erase them out of the footnotes of history. Today, we've accepted that this was a grave crime against humanity, the gravest indeed, and that the next steps in terms of reparations, in terms of justice, in terms of apology, are what we need to work on. And we need to keep this coalition. We can't achieve it alone. This victory is not for Ghana. We did it for the whole Africa and all people of African descent. And I believe that if we keep this coalition, we will take the next steps together. And I'm sure that the unity that we have shown will lead us to the end, so that at the time that we have gotten to the destination, our ancestors, humanity and their dignity will be restored once again. Today's victory is to ensure that we do not forget, and will never forget. As long as this resolution has been passed, our ancestors will never ever be forgotten.
This victory is not only for Ghana, it is for Ghanaians. President John Dramani Mahama Chirimwa said United Nations adopted the reparations motion. President John Dramani Mahama de two this is just the beginning. This sets a platform. So now they are fighting for all the benefits that is due Africans, people of Africa, any people of African descent. And now so benefited from what was can I say I had the omo menka say omo enananom efa mu ewo honom no. President John Dramani Mahama na yekotie ne nsem a odi tudwa at a point na obo omo di akire ta akire ni nyina obo maba so said this is a victory well deserving. Enti eno any President John Dramani Mahama ne nsem a odi etudwa. In that particular meeting, he talked about the fact that they went to the graveyard of where some of the slaves were buried. Menka say a monument the transatlantic slave trade course. So omo free mu they did a wreath laying ceremony so he talked about it. So omo free ho and omo call UN General Assembly na say omo de omo ensem ekotuja. You say the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa hobi and some other other entourage and omo ka the Ghanaian team omo ko PM New York UN headquarters ho ama omo de omo ensem ekotuja. So this is the current update of President John Dramani Mahama at the MIN or Hochirimua. This is a victory for the whole of Africa. Not just President John Dramani Mahama, not just the AU, any Omomakano. And yes, you better answer so na ye the updates no at the Amamo. Proud to